Hey folks, do you know the number one retirement regret that no one seems to be talking about? And no, it's not about money. Today we're talking about something almost every retiree feels, but they don't say anything about it. It's avoidable and you can fix it. So let's get into it. You know, when people talk about retirement regrets, they usually mention money, downsizing a home, or the lack of travel. You know, they'd really hope to do a lot of traveling and then they find out it's really not in their budget. But that's really not even the biggest regret. You know, the biggest regret is losing a sense of purpose in your life. You know, after years of having a routine, having responsibilities, having people count on you, retirement stops all that. One day you wake up and think, okay, now what do I do? Where do I fit in? Does any of this even matter? You know, it's a quiet regret. It creeps in really slow. You know, most retirees feel they should be enjoying every minute of every day for the rest of their life. It doesn't work that way. You know, purpose is powerful. When you feel like you've lost it, you just feel empty. This regret happens because work provides more than just a paycheck. It gives you identity. You know who you were. You're part of a team. It gives you structure. You had reason to get out of bed in the morning and open the door and walk outside. When you're working, you're part of a community. You have coworkers. You have conversations. You have goals, personal and team. You were making progress in your life when you were working. You were building something. You were making a widget or something along those lines. You are contributing is basically what that amounts to. But now that you're retired, you've got a huge space to fill. The good news, this regret is completely fixable, folks. It really is. And here's a few ways to get purpose back in your life. Create a morning routine. Just take a short walk. Read a chapter or two in a book. You can start a hobby. Any of these things, anything to start your day, it gives your day direction. You're up and you're moving and you're going. You know, do something that makes life better for somebody else. It doesn't have to be all about you. It can be about somebody else. Become a volunteer. I'm sure your library needs volunteers, or your city needs volunteers, your recreation department needs volunteers. Help your church. I'm sure there's all kinds of things that need to be done at a church office that nobody wants to do, but it gets stuck for just one or two people. How about becoming a mentor for school kids? You are going to create the sense of purpose. You know, you could pursue a passion that you never had time for. What are you talking about? You like the garden? Do you like fresh vegetables? Start a garden. Grow some pretty flowers. Go out and buy an inexpensive camera and start shooting photos. Take up photography. Learn about your genealogy. Woodworking. You can take up some kind of a musical instrument. Anything that's going to make you feel alive, that's going to put more purpose back into your life. Another way is you can stay connected to people. You can join a club, take a class at the city, meet friends for breakfast once a week or twice a week. You need to find groups that match what you're interested in. Another way is set small goals. They don't all have to be big. Read one book a month. That goes back to that reading 1 or 2 chapters a morning. It works that way. You can walk 20 minutes a day. I'm sitting in the park. We have a 1-mile walking track around this great big field I'm sitting in. Feel productive? Declutter one drawer in your house every week. Just one. If you get excited, do 2. Small goals are going to add structure to your life. If you're feeling this regret, you're not alone, folks. You're really not. A lot of seniors feel this way. They just don't say anything about it. In other words, they just suffer in silence. You know, finding purpose is about something to look forward to. something that makes you feel more connected to your community, to your friends, to your family. Think about this. You're not alone. You're not too late. You just need new direction. Folks, I just want to thank you for watching this short little video. If you found it helpful, give it a like, subscribe, maybe share it with somebody who could use some of this information. The big question is, what gives you purpose in your retirement life? I'll see you in the next video, folks.